Jared came in and was kind of asking for it. I said, heck yeah. I said, you might have to do it twice if you want to, sort of thing. So I said, to me, 5 minutes standing next to your buddy saying, here we are, last one for all you guys, maybe not me. So that's kind of what we look at it.
So it's not a case of guys have decided that this will be the last one?
No, after the season, we're gonna sit down and have that talk again. We had it pre-season, and then during the bye week, we kind of I talked to a handful of the guys to try to give them good advice, because there's a lot of people out there that always try to meddle. So, I said, okay, let's finish the season right, control, focus, just what we're doing now. No, coach, I know, and then we'll talk about it once the season's over.
Flip side of this, Gully, I didn't notice it's on the list. Are you trying to do something with him to get an extra year there? Or
He has another year of eligibility. That was granted last, either end of the spring or beginning of the summer, so he can come back as well. And he didn't want to walk because in his mind, he's like, I'm still here, I'm a classmate. So that's the way Gully is, the way Ohio guys are, I think. I'm not going to get this mindset. It's either one or the other. I'm not going to be faking about it. He's like, I'm ready to go, coach. So, but he got that extra year granted. So.
Scott, facing Taj Boyd and James Winston this year, the two players kind of demand extra attention. They're the quarterbacks. How does that dynamic change when it's a running back?
Well, yeah, it's different. The dynamics of what we're going to face this week will be different because they load up into 2, 3, and 4 tight ends, or put another offensive lineman at the tight end position. Some of the things you see with what Stanford's done in the past. With Coach Harbaugh at the 49ers, they do some of those same things. They're going to run power every way you can imagine running power. So, he's a great player. He's not an average player. He is a great football player. He's durable. He's tough. He's big. He's got thick legs. And he plays hurt. He got banged up a little, goes right back in. They got to pull him off the field. So the dynamics are such that the scheme, they load up, you got to load up a little bit. And, it's going to be just one of those fights. It's going to be one of those fights in the trenches. And you have to be great at run support with your secondary linebacker fits, right? Try to make that ball go sideways. When you got a north and south guy like him, he's got good speed too. So it'll be a heck of a challenge. But dynamics are just what you've been. They load up, we got to load up. They spread out, we got to spread out. So from an XO point of view, it's matchup. Everybody thinks matchups and passing and stuff, but matchup with the run game. You put an extra D lineman in, put another offensive lineman in, you got to make a decision. You put another D lineman, those types of things.
Yeah.
Coach, kind of the same question that Brent was just asking, is a little bit different though. Is it exciting for your defense to take on this guy?
Oh yeah.
Everybody's talking about him, 2,000 yards, all that good stuff.
No doubt about it. Just like the coaches are, it's a challenge. Kids that are athletes, kids playing collegiate sports are extremely competitive, and they want to go against the best. And sometimes afterwards they get the feelings hurt and say they weren't ready to play the best. That sort of thing. That's part of the process. But yeah, they're excited about going up against the #1 rusher in the country. He's winning maybe 400 yards, right? It's not crazy. So they watch him on tape. There's a lot of respect there for this guy. Be a heck of a challenge for the kids. Can't wait for those types of things.
Kevin.
You were in this position 2 years ago, I think it's the last day against Pittsburgh, 5-6 record. What feels different? What feels similar to the situation that years ago?
Amazing. You're right. We were. I haven't thought about that until just now. Simple guy. So you just want to win. Win the next game. Win the next game. And if I don't know, maybe it's been pounded in my head since I was a little guy. If you just take care of the things that we can take care of, the rest of them kind of take care of themselves. So we have to try not to focus much more than that, to be honest with you. It's that 6-inch deal. We came up 6 inches short in this past game, in so many areas. Almost a diving catch for a touchdown. Almost, we got a block kick. Almost a fake. Almost doesn't cut it. We have too many almost. So how do we fix the almost so we don't have to say that word again after the game?
Dan.
Scott, you said a little bit before today that it's all about the memories. What are some of the memories that you're taking with you into this game? What's kind of been on your mind going into this final game of the season?
Well, again, try not to, I like to look at the memories after the fact, just like the word would probably be defined in some shape or form. For me, just the fight, the kids, you know, the extra people that had to move around and step up and be the next guy in. Been proud of a lot of those kids. All the learning experience that goes into being a rookie head coach. The things that we did poorly, but then we did better the next week. You know, the learning environment for the kids, getting used to me as a head coach rather than a coordinator. All the day-to-day things that probably sound a little bit boring are the things that I enjoy the most. I can't wait to get to work and see the kids and then adjust to it, you know. Get in your head one way or the other, whether it's a class or whether it's an inconsistency with something you're doing outside of football that you're working on. Those are the best memories I have, because then when you walk across and you get their degree, there's this great sense, there's this overwhelming sense of gratification you have as a coach, because you sat there and you promised the mom. You know, a lot of our kids, it's mainly moms and grandmas with a lot of them. You promise them they're going to get a degree, be the first one in their family to get a degree, you know. And those are the things, those are memories I look back at. All those kids, you know, over the years, that's the part of it. You know, I often say it in recruiting. You know, you go out there, you recruit them, and you almost trick them, because they're going to play college football because of the football program, the helmet, the uniform, all this stuff that is so, you know, surface oriented. And then somewhere in the middle of that deal, they figure out that, you know what, I'm gonna be good, I'm gonna be in pretty good shape with this SU degree. And they say it after signing day. The decision to go to there's a great academic school. No. That's part of it, you know, maybe the Stanford kids. You know, but for the most part, those kids are in that mode, and that's where the memories come from me. You know, they trust you, trust the program, and then figure out that it's more than just you and the program. Those are the best memories.
Logistically, how is the rest of this week going to shape up? I mean, you guys have the freedom to go home on Thursday, or you have a big meal?
We kind of took a vote on that. I think the kids, we took a vote on that and talked about it. Took a vote on it in the past. And it was overwhelming. They would rather sleep in a little bit, get a little extra time. We're going to take a little extra movie on Friday. And then, you know, give them a little space, you know. It's like the opposite of what we all want to do, you know. You want to bring everyone to town for Thanksgiving? Right, Brent? Right? Don't lie to me, Brent. Right?
I love my in-laws.
Yeah. I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do. But I'm sure there's one aunt. Or one uncle. So I think they like a little bit of separation time, because we're with them all the time. You know what I mean? And then tee it up and do what we like. You know, everybody gets the kickoff. You know, my buddies, I had a couple buddies come up a while back, and they still have the turkey bowl. They go back home, they jump over the high school fence, and they go play on the, you know, the turkey bowl. Well, we get to play a real turkey bowl. It's not on Thanksgiving, but it's in the same week, you know, so that's when we have the most fun together anyway, you know, so that's what we're doing. Just trying to structure the schedule to where the kids are getting rest and healing up, trying to get them healed up as fast as possible. Chris?
Brent mentioned it earlier, Scott. Is there anything you're willing to tell us about injuries now, about a guy coming back or not? Or?
No.
Since this may be winding down here, I have a question. This has a little dust on it, but I've been asked this by a lot of folks, and I should have been asked, and I'm asking now.
Okay.
Florida State, you won the toss and you deferred. You gave that offense the ball to start the game. A lot of people said, what was going through his mind? I never asked you. What was going through your mind?
I like our defense. I thought myself we could make it an early field position game, maybe get a big hit on somebody, and take the pressure off our offense a little bit. It's, you know, it's a loud place to play, and first drives in those types of settings are the loudest drives usually, and I think I'd rather be on defense than offense in those situations. I remember we played Alabama many years ago, and we talked about this. It's everything you would imagine. It feels like the ground's shaking, and I thought, I think in most of those situations, unless I feel like we're just a dominant offense someday, you know what I mean? And I know they are, but I just felt like that was the best decision. And,
If you win the coin toss next year against them here in the Dome, taking the ball, give it
that's a good question. Give me some time to figure that out. I don't know if I like Bud being here. That's a very, very tough question that I don't want to answer. Give me some time on that.
I'll give you.
We'll figure it out that game, but I probably won't tell you till